Modes can be defined as a group of different scales with their own unique pattern of whole steps and half steps and overall tonal characteristics. In this video series, we are going to discuss the 7 modes of modern music. We will learn how each mode can be derived from the notes of a major scale. Additionally, we will go over the unique order of steps which constructs each mode, and see how their arrangement compares with the notes of the more common major and minor scales. But before we start all of that, let's quickly talk a little bit about the origin of the modes which we currently use today. The 7 modes which will be discussed are the Ionian mode, the Dorian mode, the Phrygian mode, the Lydian mode, the Mixolydian mode, the Aeolian mode, and the Locrian mode. As you might be able to tell, these names were derived from the scales used in ancient Greek musical traditions. Although some of the names have stuck, the construction and overall characteristic of many of today's modes are in fact different from those of the ancient Greeks. Rather, the arrangement of the modes which we use today were first developed in the medieval period. Though all 7 modes have since survived, the 2 scales which are now referred to as the major and minor scales are the only 2 which have maintained ubiquity. The first mode that we are going to discuss in this video series is the Ionian mode. Ionian is simply another name for the common major scale. In other words, the notes of the C Ionian mode are the same as those of the C major scale. Likewise, the notes of the G Ionian mode are the same as the G major scale. This is in fact true for every Ionian mode and major scale. As we will find out throughout this video series, modes can also be characterized by their unique pattern of whole steps and half steps. Seeing how the Ionian mode is just another name for the major scale, the order of steps which produces an Ionian mode above any given note is the same as a major scale. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. By following this pattern of steps, you will be able to figure out what the Ionian mode above any note is. As mentioned earlier, the remaining 6 modes can be derived from the notes of a major scale. In other words, each scale degree of a major scale can be considered the tonic, or first scale degree, of a different mode. For example, a C major scale played from the second scale degree D to the note D 1 octave above is called a D Dorian mode. The third scale degree of a C major scale is the note E. Playing each note in the key of C major from the note E until the next E 1 octave above is called an E Phrygian mode. Throughout this series, we are going to learn exactly which mode comes from which scale degree. In the next video, we are going to go further into depth on the mode built from the second scale degree, the Dorian mode.